Hey all, welcome back to another battle report. This time it's the Flames of War, 1000 points. My Romanians take on the Canadians. This is part of our Games League, and it's the Encounter mission. So, in the Encounter mission, we both have two objectives on the opposite side of the table we have to try and get to, while defend two objectives on your own side of the table from your opponent getting to. And I'm here on the left-hand side there, with my Romanians. I'm protecting, there's a broken down Panzer and a broken glider. My Canadians have got one in the trees in the top there and one up on the hill. That's my broken Panzer up on the hill I'm trying to get. He's protecting that with a rifle platoon, and I think they're priests. My World War II tank knowledge is pretty limited, but I'm pretty sure they're priests. They have an artillery piece in them. And in the centre there was another platoon, and a Sherman there, which looks a bit terrifying, until I realised it's an observer Sherman, in which case its turret's not actually a turret, it's like a broomstick or something, just to look like a turret, which is fine with me. So it's still got machine guns though, but it's got another objective in the woods there. In my turn, no, not my turn, my setup on the far left hand side, I'm hiding my anti-tank guns in the woods. If he wants to bring a tank company down here, then try and grab this objective. I can wheel up to the edge of the woods there. Until then, they're relatively safe, no one can see them. And I have Motorati infantry platoon there. Also has two, Panzerschrecks. I hope I got that right. Panzerfaust. 1 and 2. The bazooka, German bazooka, in there too. So I get first turn, and basically what I do is make sure no one can be seen. My opponent's got artillery, I've got none. So I'm going to move my guys up into the long grass of the field, and until then try and hide everyone else so he's got no line of sight to me. And just wait out then until I get some reserves so I can start pushing on some of these positions. Here's just a close-up shot here. I think he managed to pull some artillery down from that observer there, because see my Panzerschreck team. So he calls some artillery down these, but doesn't think he does anything. If you notice, there's a little marker there next to my blokes. My blokes' ratings are randomly rolled for at the beginning of the game. So that's what they are, if you want what they are. So this is my second turn. As I said, the opponent didn't do anything, he just tried to shoot at those guys with the artillery, moved up. But as you can see where he moved to from here, and in my turn I continue moving my troops into the long grass, and that means out of line of sight now, so no one can see them. They're relatively safe for the moment. With no visible targets, my opponent moves his priests up, either get him into a better position or just use them as anti-tank weapons if he wants to. And spreads out, of course, because I've also got aircraft. I don't think I've got any on my... I don't think I called any in yet. I was going to try and save them till when I need to start pinging these guys when I come in. And his infantry move up, ready to tackle my infantry. I get two supports. We made a bit of a faux pas on the rules here. We had it that the reserves come from either corner or centre, but it turns out it's actually a 16-inch section. But we've all measured from the far corners or the centre as the arrival of our reserves. So on the far left, my cavalry platoon turns up, as well as my 3 R2s. The cavalry go at the double. My R2s don't, because I'm reliable and probably fall to pieces if they do. So at the end turn, it's looking something like that. And then my opponent's turn, he got with some reserves, and he got his Shermans on. It's 3 normal Shermans. I think the other one's a Firefly, from memory. I do apologise for those fanatics that will know what this is. But I'm pretty sure the fire one is a Firefly. They're going to move up on my left flank to try and take on that objective. And on his right, he's pushing up with his infantry so they can start shooting on my infantry. What I'm hoping for is to have some tanks or something to turn up here so I can force them back, and then maybe go on the offensive. So, I got some more reserves again. This time I got my Stugs. They've turned up, which is perfect for me because he hasn't got much anti-tank on this side. So what I'm going to do is swing my cavalry and my R2s across to this flank. I reckon this is going to be the one I can hit. That centre one in the woods is going to be too much hard work. This other one's in the open. So with my infantry here and my tanks, I'm going to try and push forwards and get rid of the infantry holding this bit of terrain here. It's just a shot of my cavalry again. They're going at the double. Yeah, I can't remember my opponent's armour. I think it's something ridiculous, like 1, maybe 2 on those priests. I opened fire with my 3 Stugs, and only managed to take one out and bail another. I didn't do very well with my stugs for any of my rolling here. That was 3 shots with a 3+ to take these guys out. I mean, oh well, there's always next turn. So we're looking something like that. So it's a jumper turn here, but my opponent's turn, he didn't do a lot. He managed to bog down most of his Shermans in difficult going on the top left-hand side there. So I wasn't worried about them for the moment. His infantry moved up to the edges to try and shoot at my infantry, as well as bringing some sort of anti-tank gun out to try and take on my stugs. And incredibly, he also moved up his priests to fire at my stugs. And these guys have got no real anti-tank. I think I got a 2-up save, and he wiped me out of 4, and he actually took out one of my stugs, which was not good news for me. Yep, so on my turn I pushed my troops forward as you saw before, and then assault the remaining infantry that was left here. My stugs opened fire on the priests, and once again I stayed still to make sure I got the 2 shots. I bailed 2 and got 1. I cannot believe it. Yeah, I think I bailed the 2 and got 1. That's just... These priests are starting to annoy me already. Here, my opponent's turn. He got an MG team join the table. As you can see here, these are his Shermans, which were in a hell of a state because he managed to bog down his commander. So these other Shermans couldn't move more than whatever it is, 8, 10, something like that, away from them. So they're all stuck together here in a clump. And as you can see down, this turn he did manage to unbog the tanks that he got there, and then moved 2 other tanks and managed to bog them down. So at the moment these Shermans are completely stalled here. So this is the overview of the table. As you can see, I'm still trying to get my cavalry at full pace to go across the table to join my infantry there. He hasn't got much on that right hand side now, so the cavalry would be a great help. And my R2s come around the crop field there, and I think I'll take some pot shots at those guys in the woods just to try and get a few casualties off. Maybe I can push there if needs be. This is one of the few times I actually remember to photograph the Stuka coming in. It has been coming in, but I haven't been having much luck with it. I've been trying to take out the Shermans, I've been trying to take out the anti-tank guns he's also brought up into the hill here, to no effect. I think I might have caused 1 casualty, but at least they're pinned. Yeah, not a lot goes on here. I'm trying to push my infantry forwards. That's what I've got the shot for here. So seeing he's going to lose his left flank, he moves his central units that were guarding that counter in the trees there. He's got no choice. He's got no troops over there, so he makes his way across. Unfortunately, we've only got a 2-hour playing time, so I've had to go balls to the wall here, and I chuck out my cav just to try and take out the rest of his anti-tank guns and his artillery unit. I finally killed off the remainder of his priests. My infantry all pushed forwards. I think it was my infantry that took out the other priests there with my Panzerschreck units. And my cavalry do really well. They do what they're designed to do and push through and destroy the remainder of the priest infantry that was left. This leaves me with, I think, the anti-tank section now bearing down on them. Sorry for the blur here. He's still trying to push his Shermans up, but as you can see, he's still got a couple bogged down there. In the centre, I stopped my R2s to fire at the central unit. This was a mistake. See later on. I should have kept moving these guys. They would have been able to support my infantry trying to break this siege on the hill on the far side. Yeah, everyone now opens fire onto my poor cavalry here. They're out stuck in the open. That Sherman, although it doesn't have a turret, does I think have 2 MGs, plus the infantry support there. I think all went into my cavalry here. Yeah, that's all I've got left is my command. He passes morale check or not. I can't remember if he did morale at the end, but he's there whatever happens, but he's pinned down. My opponent then decides to chuck in his second HQ to try and kill my cavalry off, which he succeeds in doing, but then my cavalry fails his platoon morale check and flees the board. So this is how we're looking. I'm still pushing up on that flank, but there's more infantry coming in from the centre of the board there. But I have got my Stugs. With my Stugs I should be able to press forwards. Its anti-tank guns can't really harm my Stugs there. It's a complete outside chance if we can damage any. I'm still trying to drive forwards here. I'll bring up my other Stug. My other Stug unfortunately had been bailed out, thanks to the bloody anti-tank guys, even though I said they could be really harmed. We did manage to bail one. Again, I think I've got like a 2 or 3 up save against these guys. And then he needs a 4+ to either destroy me or bail me. And yeah, I've another Stug out. Ugh, so annoying. But my infantry move up and try and use the priest for cover there. Oh, in my opponent's turn. You know, I said it's a hard outside chance. I'm sure I said an outside chance, but it turns out it was better than an outside chance with his rolling and my potential rolling. And my Stug here was taken out, which then my other Stug failed his platoon morale check and fled as well. And this is how the game ended. He moved up, as you can see there, with his infantry. My R2s came around the corner and tried to blast his infantry in the open, caused some casualties, but they managed to stay on the board. And in the distance, you can see Sherman's finally moving up to that fenced-in area. They got off the board, but they can't see anything. They've even got anti-tank guns, which are hidden in trees, just taking pot shots at them occasionally. And the game ended. That was our 2 hours up. Another turn, maybe. I have my R2s there, my infantry. Maybe I could grab that objective, but I have my doubts. But it was a bloody good game. It was close right the way through. Only if I brought my infantry across here quicker, I think I might have broken them. So, end of the game was a draw. So thank you very much for my opponent there. It was a great game. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like, please put a like, please subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you the next time. I've still got a few more battle reports to come up from this week. I've got a fantasy one coming up shortly, and a review of the Wargaming Club as well down in Finland. Alright guys, take it easy. That was.